Hello, callers. Welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to discuss on some interesting update. We start with this Tottenham playmaker who have been linked to Barca for a long time, Giovanni Lo Celso, as Tottenham wants 15 million euros for the Barca target and will not sanction a loan exit. We are going to discuss on that as we move ahead. Secondly, talking about Inigo Martinez, as the Barca defender is reportedly on track to make his debut against Osasuna. We are also going to be discussing more on that. So as we get right into the full stories, please do ensure to subscribe if you haven't. If you're just coming across the channel for the very first time, you are very much welcome. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Barcelona might be closing in on the capture of Joao Cancelo, according to multiple sources, but the club are still looking for reinforcements, especially in the creative department. Following the departure of Ousmane Dembele, Xavi Hernandez wanted to sign Bernardo Silva from Manchester City, but the move for the Portuguese international has been completely ruled out now. This led Barcelona to consider a move for Giovanni Lo Celso during the final weeks of these transfer markets. So, of course, Barcelona have approached Lo Celso's entourage over a possible loan move to Catalonia in this final week of the month. However, according to Sport, Tottenham Hotspur have ruled out the move. They do not want to loan out the Argentine playmaker to Camp Nou this summer. In the earlier part of the summer, Tottenham were keen on listening to offers for Lo Celso, but the club do not see any point in offloading the player this late in the market. Not to mention, Lo Celso himself has made a good impact under the new coach Ange Postecoglou. The North London Giants, therefore, will consider a late sale for Lo Celso only if Barcelona come up with an offer to sign the player on a permanent deal, which for right now we know it is impossible, right? That means the Catalans might have to cough up a figure in between 10 to 15 million euros. But that will not be possible for the club under the current economic circumstances. Barcelona, therefore, might end up failing to sign a new attacking midfielder as requested by Xavi at the start of the summer transfer window. The Blaugrana, though, are exploiting a loan move for Joao Felix, but the club can only sanction the move for the Portuguese international if they end up selling one of their attackers within the coming days. If no one else arrives, the La Liga champions will turn to Academy ace Fermin Lopez as an option in midfield. Of course, Barcelona heading into this summer had their clear objectives, what they want to pursue. Xavi already gave the Barca executive what he wants, right? And I think so far we are getting just that, what Xavi wants. Talking about the areas that needs to be strengthened. But one thing that has been shocking to many Barca fans is the fact that Xavi has been pushing for the club to sign another attacking midfielder, despite bringing the likes of Ilkay Gundogan, despite bringing Aurelio Romeo to be the DM. We have Pedri, we have Gavi, we have Frankie de Jong, for crying not loud. So what is the essence for another attacking midfielder? That is exactly what many people have been asking. Because we know that Xavi's top choice have always been Bernardo Silva in that position. But there was no possibility because of financial constraints. And you ask yourself, even Bernardo Silva was coming, how did he wanted to play? Like which formation? We have already players who are already, they are so good to be starters for Barca, but bringing in all those stars, where could he have started? Because for what I know, Xavi is not that kind of a manager like Pep, where he can make everybody feel happy in the squad. Xavi can play one person week in, week out in the same position because he's scared of losing or whatever. He's not a good manager. So if he was bringing Bernardo Silva, for instance, I don't think it could have served the whole team right. Lo Celso now have been the alternative for Bernardo Silva, but Tottenham too are making life harder. as Xavi now is feeling frustrated that maybe another attacking midfielder would not come to fruition. So right now, Barcelona can only hope for another new attacker in the form of Joao Felix. And I think that's even a good move if we can go for Joao Felix after Cancelo must have arrived. And of course, Joao Felix will also be a possible loan move. Never can Barca go for permanent because of the amount of money involved to complete the transaction. So as it stands right now, Lo Celso is off. Is off, except that Barca continue to push for something that I don't see no possibility in, because Tottenham themselves have made it clear that they don't want to sell him on a loan move, because Barca know that it's only a loan move that can make things happen. You know, Tottenham's thing, it's even too late to sanction any move, but what they can only go for possibly is a loan move. So let's see how the window ends up. As I've said, if Barca can get Joao Cancelo, because we've been getting that the move can be, in fact, everything can be completed by the end of this week. And then after that, they go now for Joao Felix. I think we can just appreciate so far what the club has done, even though it is not the best of transfer windows that we have ever had. But I think we can just keep fingers crossed and hopefully that we compete very well for all competitions. Then on to the final story of discussion. Ever since his unveiling, Barcelona have been waiting to integrate Inigo Martinez into the team dynamics. The experienced centre-back was signed on a free transfer this summer, as Xavi's desire for a quality left-footed centre-back was finally fulfilled. However, the Spanish central defender has been nursing a foot injury that has kept him on the sidelines for just over 4 months now. Inigo is one of two players alongside fellow Spaniard Marcos Alonso yet to be registered, as Barca still look to fall back in the line with financial fair play regulations before they can include him in match day squads. Fresh report from Sport highlight that the 32-year-old will return to training during the Wednesday session to start preparing for his debut with the club. He has been training alone, predominantly doing gym sessions to aid his recovery, but he is slowly being eased into group training with growing optimism of a medical green light within the next 2 weeks. While it seems unlikely that he will play against Villarreal, he is expected to make the squad for the trip to Osasuna, where he could receive his first minutes with Barcelona. Sport also suggests that the defender's presence in the locker room has been very positive, and the player has been a model of professionalism. He was one of the 5 players who showed up for the Ciudad Deportiva for training despite Xavi giving the squad 2 days off. So guys, with that we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.